Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park and I want to check out two campervan Aires, so why don't you come along with me? About a year ago I got a converted steamship at the Trossachs Pier in the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park, and I took my bike with me and I sailed on the ship to a place called Stronachlachar. It's a wonderful name if you can get your hairs around it, Stronachlachar. And from there I cycled back to the Trossachs Pier, about 12 or 13 miles or so. It was a great journey, but when I got to Stronachlachar on that trip I promised I would come and stay overnight. Oh, here's a cuckoo. Lovely. Yeah, when I got to Stronachlachar Pier, I promised myself that I would go back in the campervan and spend the night there. It's a fabulous area right in the heart of the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. So that's what I've done. So welcome to Stronachlachar. Let's have a wee look at the Air facility that's here and a wee look around the immediate area. Stronachlachar is on Loch Catrin, one of the main lochs in the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. It's a fascinating area, and Loch Catrin itself and the area all around it was once the haunt of a clan known as the Children of the Mist, the Clan MacGregor. And at one point they were outlawed for their cattle reaving escapades, and they kind of took to the heather and they continued the cattle rearing and all the rest of it. But they were led by a very interesting character by the name of Rob Roy MacGregor. He was the clan chief, and he was in some ways a kind of Scots Robin Hood. There are many legends about Rob Roy. Some of them fables, I'm sure, some of them pure mythology, I'm pretty sure, but he certainly did exist, and he was born not very far from this spot at a place called Glen on Loch Catrin side. So Walter Scott came to this area and really made it well known. He wrote books about the area, The Lady of the Lake, which is a kind of long epic poem, and a wonderful book about Rob Roy. And that in the kind of 18th century brought the tourists, brought the visitors. And it's quite interesting that where we are here in the Trossachs, we're not very far from the city of Glasgow. And I've often said, you know, Glasgow is great because it's a city you can escape from very easily. And it's quite astonishing that really, 20 miles or so north of Glasgow, you enter the Highlands. There is the Highland line, this geological boundary that runs from the Isle of Arran right across Scotland to Stonehaven. And to the north of that is the Highlands. To the south, the Lowlands. And here we are just actually over that Highland line in the Highlands. And in those days people would travel out from Glasgow after reading Sir Walter Scott's great books and his great sort of tourist stuff, and it brought people here in the thousands, and it's still a popular area today. £10 a night to stay here at the Aire at Stronachlachar, and for that you get your overnight pitch in a beautiful location. The toilet's open 24 hours, and there's a very good cafe that opens at 10 in the morning for breakfast, does lunches, does snacks, and is open till 6 o'clock at night. Last hot meals are ordered at 5 and they close at 6. So all in all, it's pretty good. There are 4 EHU points, and for that, if you want electric hookup, it's going to cost you a whacking 15 quid more. So £25 for EHU and overnight I think is a bit expensive. So we're going to stick with the £10. We think that's good value. £10 in such a beautiful location here in the heart of the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park at Stronachlachar. We've come through the Trossachs now to a wee place called Brottu, or at least just outside a little village called Brottu. It's basically a car park behind an information centre from of the Scottish Woodland Trust, and they allow you to stay in the car park for a donation. You know, I've just donated £10. You can scan in a QR code, and it'll take you through to the donation page, and you can donate. I think £10 is quite reasonable. There's toilets in the visitor centre that are open from I think 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. They're not open all night, unfortunately, but it's a lovely spot. It's a very good visitor centre and tells you a lot about the great Trossachs forest and the role of the Scottish Woodlands Trust within that forest. It's a pretty special area in terms of forest. Lots of, there's some commercial forest obviously, lots of deciduous woodland, lots of mixed woodland, lots and lots of great trails, walking trails, mountain biking trails. It really is, it's pretty special, and it's just a lovely part of Scotland here in the Trossachs. There's a little burn just bubbling away behind, which I'm sure will set us off to sleep tonight. It's the sound of a wee stream just bubbling through the woodlands, and the bird life is just fantastic. All kinds of birds here. It's good, and if you're very, very lucky, you might see a pine marten, you might see capercaillie, some of the great mammals and birds of the forest. The name Turk is quite an unusual one, but actually it simply means the bridge over the river Turk, and the word Turk is from the Gaelic and Turk, which means the wild boar. So I think it's probably safe to say that wild boar were once hunted in this area. So there you have it, 2 Aires in the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. And I'll be back in a few days with some more Scottish campervan airs, this time in lovely Dumfries and Galloway. If you've enjoyed this video or if you found it useful, please think about subscribing to the channel. It really does help. Meanwhile, enjoy the outdoors, enjoy your campervan, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.